The Canucks awards have been the voting is now open for the awards for the Canucks. You can have 4 awards that you can vote on. They got the MVP, the best defenseman, the most exciting player, and the unsung hero. Let's get a couple of these out of the way. The best defenseman is Quinn Hughes. We don't need to argue anything about that. Most valuable player. Is there an argument that you have against Elias Pettersson? Because I'm going with Pettersson. I feel like that's a pretty easy one too.
Yeah.
You're rocking with that as well. I think the other two you can have a little bit of an argument about. To me, I'll let you start because I have my list here of who I think is going to win. So we're set on Pettersson being MVP, Quinn Hughes best defenseman. Who is your Pavel Bure Award winner, Quads, about the most exciting player?
I think it's JT Miller. And I think there's 2 options, to be honest with you. Like, I think it basically comes down to, and granted, of course, we're saying that Elias Pettersson and Quinn Hughes can't win this one too, right? It's one per person is what we're doing here. I go JT Miller for most exciting player, and I know a lot of people are going to say it's Andrei Kuzmenko. I'm going with JT Miller because I think just the overarching storyline that we've had with Miller this season, where he like and again, I don't think banging the back of your goalie's net and yelling at Colin Delia is exciting per se, but I just think with all the struggles and all the crap Miller took in the first kind of quarter, first half of the season, really, to what he's done lately in the second half, and especially under Rick Tocchet, where he's played center, he's done a really good job of it. He's scored a lot of exciting goals this year. He's made some really exciting plays. I think it's Miller. I'm going with Miller. I just think with everything that he's been through, I think he's the guy. I think he's the most exciting player on this team, not named Elias Pettersson. Look, I know Kuzmenko has his dangles and he makes some fancy moves once in a while, but a lot of his goals are tip-ins. I don't know how exciting those are. I think the excitement that comes from Kuzmenko mostly stems from Elias Pettersson, if I'm being honest with you, right? Like, Elias Pettersson is the one setting up a lot of these plays for Kuzmenko where, yeah, he has a cool celly or whatever, and it's exciting. He's the guy that finishes it. He's an exciting player. I understand it. I'm not trying to rag on Kuzmenko here. I'm just saying that I think a lot of Kuzmenko's, exciting plays, if you watch the highlights of Kuzmenko's season, a lot of times it's going to be Elias Pettersson doing something really, really cool right before that. And that's kind of why we remember the plays. So look, I know there's a lot of people already in the chat saying Watts is so unbelievably wrong. I think it's Miller. I think Miller's the most exciting player, not named Elias Pettersson.
Yeah, mine's Kuzmenko, I think, for sure. I think exciting isn't the right word for JT Miller. Like, I'm not even sure what the right word is, but like he's very he's a lightning rod for topics, whether it be scoring or defensive play. Like I just don't think you can go against Kuzmenko, who has 37 goals this year. Yes, a lot of them are tap-ins. 7 of his games have been multi-goal games. But if a guy is going to score nearly 40, it's going to be Kuzmenko winning the most exciting. I mean, he's not necessarily even just the stuff on the ice. Like, let's talk about him giving sticks to fans and having bananas be swapped for him. Like, that's pretty exciting stuff compared to what JT Miller does away from the rink. And I think on the ice as well. Like, I understand sort of where your argument's coming from, where, yeah, Miller scored some big goals, but think about, the jokes about Andrei Kuzmenko being like the ultimate destroyer of tanks, right? Like he scored so many game tying goals to send them to overtime and get these extra loser points and stuff like that. Like I think he's just done such a great job of being exciting in his rookie season that I think he's going to win this award easily. And I think with Kuzmenko at the same time, like you're right, a lot of it have come from just like great plays from Pettersson, but I think that's what makes him exciting is he works with the Canucks MVP. And if you can work well with the MVP, that's pretty exciting. I think JT Miller has been really good since Rick Tocchet came in, but let's not forget what JT Miller was doing at the start of the year. Right? There was a lot of talk about how bad he was defensively, how the effort was just not there. And I don't think you can just forget about that as we're going on. And yes, there was, you can make knocks about Kuzmenko too, like defensively. There was times where Bruce Boudreau made him a healthy scratch. There was times where Rick Tocchet sat him down. But just excitement level, I don't think anyone's close to Kuzmenko at this point for this one.
That's fair. Unsung hero. A lot of people in the chat want to hear about this one. I saw some folks saying Sheldon Dries is the Canucks
Oh,
unsung hero of the season. I don't know about that. I would vote for Archer Seelovs before I vote Sheldon Dries. But in all seriousness, my unsung hero, I'm going with Dakota Joshua. That's my guy. That's my guy for that award. I think, now, especially him playing on the top line, that's my guy. It's Dakota Joshua, I think, because coming into the season, there's still people that think Dakota Joshua was brought here to be an enforcer. Like there's still people out there that have that opinion, little voice crack there. But Dakota Joshua's done really well at both ends of the ice. I really like it. Like I really like to see Dakota Joshua win the Unsung Hero Award for this team this year.
I'm with you. I think Dakota Joshua is the guy too. I think I was looking, I saw somebody in the comment mention Ethan Bear. So when I was looking at this before the show, I was thinking, okay, guys, to win the Unsung Hero Award, you got to play in a lot of games, right? And Dakota Joshua is going to be one of the guys that's played in 70 plus games this year. Bear, I don't think is going to have even the chance to get to 70 due to some injuries and some things like that. So I think Unsung Hero, it's a weird vote. It's a weird award because like there's been no hero for the Vancouver Canucks this year. Like there has not been even an unsung hero. Like yes, Dakota Joshua has been like cool and good in a role where he came in and signed at like league minimum, not making a lot of money, and he's come in and now he's finishing the season playing in the top six, playing on Elias Pettersson line. That's great, but there's nothing heroic about it. Like there's been nothing heroic about the Vancouver Canucks all season long. So this is kind of a more of like a who's impressed most like from having a not a lot of expectations coming into it, and that's to me it's Dakota Joshua as well. It's just the award's kind of tough because it's like think about like Dakota Joshua. It's been a cool season and he's done great. Is he done anything heroic? Like I don't think so. So it's kind of a tough award to vote for. Like what has been heroic from the Canucks this season, unless aside from that, like maybe Quinn Hughes should get this award because like he hasn't gotten injured and he's playing like 29 minutes a night. Like maybe he should win best defenseman and unsung hero. That's the only if you're actually thinking about it from like a heroic point of view, name me one thing that's been heroic this season from the Canucks. Like I can't think of anything. I'd love for the chat to try and think of something. What's been heroic, like deserving of being the unsung hero award? I don't think there's anything.
I wonder if there's a Philip Hronek joke in there. I'm not sure. The chat, a lot of people saying Neil Zaman. Not many people saying Ethan Bear, but we had at least one person say Ethan Bear. Neil Zaman, no expectations coming into the year, makes the team out of camp. I'm willing to listen to it, but he also did get sent down to the AHL, which I think someone actually, Jesse Town pointed out that he did get sent down to the AHL. So I don't know about unsung. Again, no one's done anything heroic. This team has not had any heroism this year.
No, that's the tough thing. Like, Canucks need right-handed D has a good one. Like Seelovs, that was a pretty heroic thing. He's coming in like that might be the most heroic thing this season was like Seelovs coming in so young and being great. Like I think it at least has to be in the equation if you're looking at it from like just being a hero, right? Like aside, like it's hard to. It's a weird award. It's difficult for anyone on the Canucks to really like earn this one. Calling it an arty party when you're in that. But I do think that him giving this a 6 or 7 out of 10 was pretty good.
I like that.
Imagine that. Imagine if
Seelovs won.
People are getting on in the chat here. People are thinking, could we start the? Is that something we should start doing? Should we start pushing the Seelovs Unsung Hero Award?